I'm calling it right now. Versus pulse chain. Versus pulse chain. We're going to be talking about this a lot in the next year. We are about to see, not financial advice. Please do not take this as financial advice. This is all speculation. 100%. I feel we are about to see the largest hockey stick you've ever seen in your life.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana here to answer your questions. And we're also going to do a presentation. 7 people in here already. Well, I can imagine with all the activity going on. Absolutely. I bet there's a lot of people in here. Well, there are 8 people in here that are buzzing and excited about what they just discovered. Jonathan Shanks, good to have you in here. And I'm still buzzing and excited about what I discovered some time ago. And guys, we're going to do it a little bit different today. Like I've been telling some of you guys, well, you guys, many of you know that I've been getting ready for a presentation. So that's what's going to take up a lot of this AMA. I'm going to practice my presentation on you guys, and I think you will enjoy it. You have not seen it like this. Practiced it a little bit last Thursday. It was very much the same, but I'm going to do it just a little bit. Basically the same, but it's going to be me. So if you got questions, drop them in the chat. Hi, Danny. And we're going to answer your questions and then go over the DAP, how to stake, block, and LP or UFO. And then we're going to get straight into the presentation. And the idea with the presentation is I'm basically going to record what I'm going to present in Panama. So it's not going to be interrupted unless I stop to make a note. And I don't want to. I'm over stopping to make notes. It annoys me. So I'm going to use the slides and I'm going to use my outline and we're just going to go for it. And it takes like 30 or 45 minutes, but it's loaded. It is loaded. I like it. I think it's gold, man, and there's so much more that can be done. I mean, I don't have enough time to say all the good things about this ecosystem. Hey, Romeo. Well, let's look at the charts first off. Give me a second. I'm going to turn the heat down. I'm baking like a baked potato in here. All right, let's look at 16 to 1. I know we hit 16 to 1 earlier today. I think if you go on the 2 hour and go to, where do you go? Is it, you hit WPLS to hit the 16 so you can see the ratio? Yes. Yeah. 16.11. That's a good number. 1611, 34 people in here. And that's pTGC. Why is that important? It's important because the more this is how I look at it. The more we move up against the layer 1 WPLS before the layer 1 wakes up, the more X's we stand to make. That's how I'm looking at this thing. And then UFO is nearly 2 to 1. And both of these tokens are flying like an eagle, man. It's wonderful. And notice down here, WPLS is still half of SAC price. So you guys that are getting in, Daddy Hexler, good to have you in here. I'll answer that in a second. You guys that are getting in right now or just got in or dollar cost averaging in like the rest of us, you're not late. We haven't even taken off. The Lamborghini, as you're going to see, I'm not going to spoil it. You'll see. This ecosystem is at the bottom. Figuratively, it's figuratively at the bottom. Can you go into detail, please, how the yield is paid out on pTGC? Love your work. Thanks for all you do. You are welcome. One, let's just, you provoked me, Daddy Hexler, to get right into the DAP. So let's do it. Excuse me. Don't like clearing my throat in front of, it's being clearing your throat being recorded. That's annoying. So you come to the app, pulsetdc.com, you connect your wallet, and then you're going to the staking section. I'm going to be really brief here, guys, because I want to get into the presentation. And then while I'm presenting, if you think of questions, drop them in the chat and we'll go over those at the end after the presentation. So you connect your wallet to the app, click on staking. How can you get into detail how the yield is paid? It's paid, the yield is paid, and you want detail. I will give you the best detail, the most detail that I can. The reflections are paid to your wallet directly, like every moment. You'll see them stacking up in your wallet. And if you want to see them, click on Stake TGC. And this wallet, in just a second, we'll show you. It has stacked up almost 24,000 pTGC in reflections. The reflections aren't held in the contract. They come straight to your wallet. And if you look at your total on like DBank or just in your Rabby wallet, your total pTGC, and you come back in an hour, it'll have increased because those reflections are coming in. The staking rewards and locking rewards are not that way. The staking rewards are held by the contract because it needs to, how does that work? I can't explain why they're held in the contract, but I can say that they are. So when you go to claim them, okay, I'm just gonna hit claim. It's taking a little second. I haven't done any, yeah, it's just, there's my Rabby wallet. You guys can't see it, but you claim them and then it goes to your wallet after you claim them. And then your unlocks also, your locks, you claim those tokens also. They are also held in the contract. Why? Because, now this I can't explain, because your reward, like see this one here is 85.375 pCDC. That's my reward for my wallet, but when I claim it, it needs to take into account the tier that wallet is in, and then how many other lockers are going to be recipients of the no, that's not true. I take that back. I'm thinking it correctly. I don't know why it's held in the contract. There you go. Perry Banana, I'm fallible. I don't know why it's held in the contract. I just can't recall that right now. But like if it's a 90-day lock, you're going to nuke 45%. 45% goes to the burn address. You're actually helping your position, everybody else's position. And then 1 year lock, you keep 60%, all the way up to a 10-year lock, you keep 100%. There, maybe somebody in the chat can answer. Let me see. Meaning, where does the yield come from? I understand there's a buy within the system before it arrives in our wallet, but I'm a little bit unclear on the process. So when somebody makes a transaction on the blockchain, like they're buying pTGC or selling pTGC or moving it, or a bot does that, the contract, I'm a little distracted. There is a car alarm going off like right across the street. I hope you guys can't hear it. The contract buys pTGC off the market. It uses 0.5% of the fee to buy pTGC off the market, and then it sends it to the dead address. That's how it works. And how does the yield commit? Okay, same process. It buys pTGC and then sends it to your wallet. That's how I understand it works. So the reflections and staking rewards coming into your wallet are based on the price of pTGC today. The locking rewards are not. If you guys, oh good, I'm glad you can't hear the alarm. If you guys go to my Twitter, and I have 2 tweets on Twitter since Friday that are unbelievable about locking. If you guys want to go have a look at those tweets, I'm not going to go look them up for you. Hey, Chris, good to see you. 5555 Hexler. Hope you're liking your pTGC, man. Go look at those tweets. It'll blow your mind about pTGC locking. Why is it going to blow your mind versus holding or staking rewards? Because, like I said, holding and staking rewards are based on the price of pTGC today. Locking rewards are not based on price. They're based on quantity of tokens. So as price goes up, okay, like the contract is going to buy, let's say it takes that 0.5, I think it's 0.5% and buys tokens off the market. No, it takes 1% to send for reflections. Okay, that's real simple. 1% goes to reflections, 1% goes to stakers. So it's going to buy 1% for reflection and just distribute that to all the wallets. Okay, well, it's buying that 1% of the pTGC at today's price. Let's say it buys 1,000 pTGC at today's price. And then let's say you lock up 1,000 pTGC at today's price. And then, 6 months later, pTGC has done a 100x and you're in such mega profit that you're like, I'm going to early end lock this 1,000 pTGC lock that I made, where you're going to nuke 30%. And then the tokens have since 100x'd and are going to be distributed to all the other lockers at a 100x value. So go look at my last 2 tweets about locking rewards and the potential for them to be very lucrative. And go to look into ptgc.com and do your own research also. And I think the link is in at least one of those 2 tweets. Look into ptgc.com. Bottom line is we're averaging 400 million pTGC unlocked every month. Okay, 400 million. That's just over a shark position. And that's a certain number of tokens that are coming to the lockers. And if you're one of those lockers, then you are getting a certain number of tokens. Well, what's the value of those tokens at a penny, at 10 cents? And it just goes on. Hi, Alex. Big Sam. Once all the tokens are bought out of the supply, how will that affect reflections and the APY? Well, one, it's impossible for all the tokens to be bought out of the supply because as the supply dwindles, the price of the tokens will increase. So it becomes way more expensive to buy the tokens. So there will never be 0 tokens. It's mathematically impossible. Awesome video you put out a few days ago, Banana. I now have a ladder for the next 10 years. Good job, Volatile. I love it. I've been paying keen attention to the locking potential. Locked 50% of my bag, staggered for 10 years. Rewards are absolutely insane. I know it, dude. It's just mind-boggling. I put my numbers in. I'm like, hallelujah, man. Woo! Yeah. Maybe I'm a little too excited, but I'd rather be excited than be a dud. All right, you guys ready? I'm getting ready. We're going to cut this off, and we're going to do presentation time. I am going to probably run a little faster. Maybe I shouldn't. No, I am going to run a little faster for your guys' sake. And just get it over with. I'm going to be practicing on the way and all that. Give me a second here. Hold on, guys. Appreciate your patience. I'm going to share an entire monitor. Share. Stop that screen. And was I even showing my screen, guys? I don't think I was. Such a dork. No, I think, I was. Entire screen. There we go. All right, guys. 103 people in here. Wow, thank you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, please. Why? Because it doesn't take more than a click. It's a nice tip. And if you love crypto like we love crypto, it helps the algorithm. It helps. Okay. Subscribe to my channel. I subscribe to channels I don't even watch because I'm a crypto fanatic. And it's like I said, it's a very easy thing to do. All right. We're gonna do this, guys. Let me make sure I can advance, and I gotta write my time down. Okay, you guys, this is a preview of the presentation for Panama. And And I'm gonna put this on my channel. I'm gonna clip it and put it on my channel. Hopefully I can do that today, and then delay it, and it'll be on my channel on Wednesday, the day I'm presenting. That's the plan anyhow. So 15, we're starting at 15 minutes, and I'm writing on my original notes. Oops, it doesn't matter, it's okay. And I'm going into presentation mode, guys. So what does that mean? It means I'm going to talk a little bit different, like I'm talking to an audience of 90 people. So bear with me. 3, 2, 1. This is the screen that's going to be up when I be, before, once Randy's done talking. This screen's going to be up there, kind of my nice little advertisement. And I got to pay attention to, and then we're going to advance to this screen here. It's a little tricky. Thankfully, I'm going to have somebody advance the slides for me. I'm going to introduce you to the index tokens of the Pulse network, pTGC, Pulse, the Gray's currency, and UFO. But first, okay, we're going to skip that. I promise you this won't be a waste of your time. I'm literally going to give you everything I have, and with God as my witness, I'm keeping nothing in my back pocket. Why? Because the Gray's currencies, pTGC and UFO, are probably the best opportunities on Pulse Chain and could be the best in all of crypto. The Gray's currencies are groundbreaking, renounced, immutable, and deflationary cryptocurrencies, purposefully designed to generate passive income for holders without relying on an inflating token supply. This has never been done before. They deliver the benefits of inflation without the downsides, functioning as powerful income generators. Their innovative mechanics consistently increase both the value of the tokens and the value of the liquidity pools that sustain them, setting a new standard in the crypto space. Imagine holding 2 tokens that pay you in multiple streams of income, while your principal grows relative to the existing supply, generating you even more income. And every token reflected to you has been removed from the market, creating scarcity, and your yield isn't generated by inflation, but from tokens already in circulation. And every token earned as yield is fully backed by value sitting in LP. We're fond of saying that people come to the Gray's currencies for the X's, but stay for the APY. You see, most tokens rely on number go up for holders to take profit, and their only way to take profit is by selling principal. But the Gray's currencies are different. You don't need to sell principal to take profit. Instead, you can simply exit through yield, preserving the value of your principal while it continues to increase in value. You could literally earn yield the ways I'll describe to you, sell that yield, be in profit at the end of the day, and own a larger portion of the supply, thereby garnering you even more yield. Are you intrigued? Okay, let's learn about these 2 tokens that are redefining decentralized finance. But first, we're going to talk about fee-based tokens. I know, taxes and fees sound daunting. But what if I told you that in the Gray's ecosystem, they're actually your ticket to building wealth? The Gray's currencies use fees to directly benefit holders. Think of them as the engine of the system, continuously driving growth and rewarding you for being a part of it. When you invest in pTGC, the impact begins immediately. Every transaction you make burns supply, strengthens liquidity pools, and distributes rewards to holders, including yourself. You're not just investing, you're actively building and fueling the system, creating a cycle of growth and value that benefits everyone involved. What's one thing we can count on in crypto? Chat, what's one thing we can count on in crypto? Waiting. 2, 3. Volatility. Volatility is the one thing we can count on, and the Gray's currencies leverage volatility into an advantage for users and the ecosystem. By following the natural cycles of the Pulse Chain network, these 2 tokens create a sustainable, rewarding system where imbalances in paired tokens trigger arbitrage, driving value creation, rewarding users, and strengthening the ecosystem. In fact, an estimated 50 to 80% of transaction volume comes from arbitrage, which happens around the clock, building liquidity pools, burning tokens, and rewarding users. Good job, Psycho Crypto Volatility. Here we go. The secret to the Gray's currency's success lies in their meticulously crafted liquidity webs, allowing the Gray's currencies to function as an index. Did you guys catch that? Allows them to function as an index of the top performing assets on the Pulse Chain network with a special focus on RH tickers. I want to take a minute to describe to you why it's important that we bonded with these key assets. We're all familiar with Hart's law, which states that tokens bonded in liquidity will move together. I want you to picture the Gray's currencies as a rock being tethered by balloons. The balloons are Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., and PDI. As these balloons inflate and deflate, they thereby raise and lower the Gray's currencies. Now let's cover a few distinctions between the two assets. pTGC operates with a 5% fee on all buys, sells, and transfers of tokens. Importantly, none of the fees go to developer wallets. Instead, the fees are allocated to specific functions that support the Gray's ecosystem. And here's how the fees are allocated. 2% to the DAO, 1% to stakers, 1% to holders and stakers, 0.5% burns pTGC, 0.5% is added to pTGC Pulse LP, and burned forever. Let's review some of the ways you can earn passive income with your pTGC. First, pTGC tokens earn what are called reflections, proportional to your share of the supply. You'll see these reflections accumulating in your wallet immediately, kind of like magic, and they'll never stop as long as Pulse Chain is alive. The second way to earn with pTGC is by staking your tokens, a feature I absolutely love, and I consider it a no-brainer. Why? Because there are no time constraints, and staked tokens earn reflections, and also because the yield is liquid, you can compound right back into your principal. You can start a stake and end a stake at any time. You can even end as little or as much of a stake as you want. Just be aware that there's a modest 1% fee on the principal when you do end a stake, which is distributed to other stakers. It's worth noting that your staked principal remains in your custody, visible in your wallet, but is not transferable until you end your stake. Reflections and staking rewards are based on dollar value, not token quantity. As the value of pTGC fluctuates, the number of reward tokens for each transaction will change, but the dollar value of the tokens you've already earned will grow. For example, if you earned 1,000 pTGC tokens 6 months ago at a 10% APY, a 100x price increase makes that a 1,000% APY. And if you compounded those tokens, well, that just increases the APY even more. The third way to earn with pTGC is by locking your tokens. And by the way, locked tokens continue to earn both staking rewards and reflections. It's important to note that your tokens must be staked before they can be locked. I have an experimental wallet that I hold pTGC and UFO in that has allowed us to garner some interesting data over the last year. We found that not only has it earned 57% APY on the yield alone, but we found that staking earns 165% more than holding, and locking earns 230% more than holding. The 90-day locks, so long as you intend to hold pTGC for that long, is an easy yes for me. Unlike staking, though, you cannot unlock a portion. Locking has a unique advantage. When other lockers early end lock, they incur a 30% penalty, and their forfeited tokens are distributed among the remaining lockers. And here's what that could look like for you. So a 5 to 6 year lock keeps 80%, 9 to 10 year lock keeps 100%, 90-day lock keeps 55%, and so on. Now, this is an example of the pTGC lock calculator on lookintoptgc.com by Crypto Kong. And here we have the total, universal pTGC that's locked, 136 billion, a simulated shark position. And this is simulating an emergency end lock, which nukes 30% of his principal. Your locked pTGC here is a dolphin, 30 million tokens, estimated future price 10 cents. And let's say this is a 10-year lock. So he's going to keep 100%. So when this gentleman unlocks, the dolphin is going to take $6,600 into his wallet. So, and we are averaging in about 900 pTGC locked in rewards per month to this 1 million token wallet. Locking has the potential to become an impressively rewarding strategy under the right conditions, and here's why. Unlike reflections and staking rewards, which are directly tied to price, locking rewards are based on your share of penalty tokens from early unlocks, completely independent of price. This makes locking a uniquely compelling long-term strategy with the potential for significant upside. By adding a third revenue stream to pTGC, locking perfectly complements reflections and staking. Here's an example locking strategy. It's broken up into three. 80% into 10-year locks, 15% into a locking ladder, and 5% into a 90-day moonbag lock. And this would earn that holder 95% of all the locking fees. And here are some other locking strategies. Instead of locking one large bag, divide your pTGC into portions so that if you need to emergency end lock, the penalty will be less than 30%. Another one is take advantage of the next locking tier. If you lock even one day into the next higher tier, you'll earn rewards from that higher tier. There's no penalty for leaving a lock beyond the set term, and you continue to earn reflections, staking, and locking rewards. Are you guys ready to go into advanced mode? As the Gray's currencies pair with high volume assets, they tap into a robust network of liquidity that thrives on increased trading activity. As demand for its paired tokens rises, the value of the Gray's currencies grows alongside them, driven by the capital flowing through shared liquidity pools. This dynamic creates an environment where both tokens benefit from rising liquidity and trading volumes. This synergistic relationship between the Gray's currencies and high volume assets not only amplifies liquidity and trading activity, but also strengthens the long-term value proposition for holders. At the core of this design are the unique income generation mechanisms that incentivize holding over selling, creating a powerful framework for sustainable growth. By holding on to these tokens, investors increase their share of the total supply, resulting in increased rewards over time. These rewards can be compounded through staking or locking, or they can be sold for profit without impacting the token's price on the market. Since each reward is backed by the liquidity pool, selling rewards doesn't disrupt the chart or overall token value. This allows holders to enjoy both capital appreciation and passive income. Additionally, the deflationary nature of both tokens, along with staking rewards for pTGC and LP rewards for UFO, further incentivizes long-term holding. Arbitrage also plays a significant role in increasing demand. AMM bots take advantage of price differences across the network, interacting with the liquidity pools and paying fees which are funneled back into the system and users. This continuous flow of fees increases both the liquidity and demand for the Gray's currencies, creating an environment of sustained growth and long-term value for the holders. Now let's take a look at UFO in particular, its fees and the various ways you can generate passive income with it. All buys, sells, and transfers of UFO incur a 6% fee, 3% to LP providers, 1% to holders, 1% buy and burn UFO, 1% buy and burn pTGC. Now, UFO doesn't have the staking capability that pTGC has, but it does offer investors several ways of earning income. 1, holding to earn reflections. 2, providing liquidity with PulseX, Inc., Hex, EHEX, or PDI, and your standard DEX fees. We believe in self-custody too, so your PLP tokens stay in your wallet. UFO was designed to unite Richard Heart tokens and pTGC. It acts as a catalyst for increased arbitrage activity and volume. It uses the same technology as pTGC, leveraging arbitrage bots to capture and circulate fees within the system. Think of UFO as an expansion pack for pTGC, built with similar deflationary principles. It broadens the Gray's footprint on Pulse Chain through liquidity pools paired with high volume tokens. As UFO's liquidity grows, its presence is spread across the Pulse network, boosting transaction volume. UFO basically serves as the pacemaker driving the pTGC ecosystem's pulse. Here are some key things to note about UFO. Only LP from the DApp. Otherwise, you'll forfeit your rewards. LP UFO does not earn reflections. LP any token listed on our DApp. Don't LP UFO and pTGC, or you're going to pay the tax for both of them. LP UFO earns Pulse. Held UFO earns UFO. Because UFO tokens that are in LP positions don't earn reflections, what many users do is LP some and hold the rest liquid. LP any token listed on our DApp, they all share the same rewards. So here is my example 1 million UFO held in an LP position for 9 months. The initial cost for both sides of the LP was $6, $3.07. The reflections APY to date is 93% LP, 53%. The value today, $122, and that's gone up significantly in the last week. How do you earn Pulse rewards with UFO? It's simple. You pair your UFO with any RH ticker, Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., EHEX, or PDI through the UFO DApp. Once paired, you obtain a UFO share rate, which is established when you add your UFO tokens to the LP pair. For every UFO token you contribute to the LP, you are granted 1 UFO share. And here's the key. Your UFO share rate is locked in and remains unchanged, even if the token counts in your pool fluctuate over time. How does the rewards pool work? Well, 3% of all UFO trading volume is allocated to the rewards pool. The more UFO shares you own, the larger your portion of the Pulse rewards. Why does being early matter? As the price of UFO increases, so does the cost of obtaining a UFO share. Locking in your UFO share rate early can significantly impact the rewards you earn. For example, with $10,000 today, split $5,000 in UFO and $5,000 into a paired token, you could secure roughly 70.7 million UFO shares. If UFO experiences a 10x increase, someone else would need to spend $100,000 to obtain the same share rate you locked in for just $10,000. Acting early could be critical to maximizing your portion of future rewards. Hold on. Man, hope I don't have to sneeze in the middle of my presentation. Here's the pTGC DAO. Every proposal burns 100 million Pulse. That is the limit, 100 million Pulse. These on the left are active proposals, and these are proposals that have succeeded. Recent proposals, 19,000 in a pTGC PulseX pair, and then 40,000, and then 28,000. pTGC was the first DAO on the Pulse network. Voting power is determined by the number of tokens staked. All stakers can vote, and the top 100 can submit proposals. The DAO is a key driver of sustainable growth, keeping pTGC agile and responsive to market changes. Think of it like a boat on a lake versus a train bound to a fixed track. What sets the Gray's currencies apart from other fee-based tokens is their unique combination of DAO, pTGC for governance, staking, locking, and earning, while LP'ing, UFO, alongside liquidity web is valued at over $25 million today, more like $33 million right now. The DAO has enabled the community to strategically acquire significant amounts of Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., and other assets, taking advantage of price opportunities at the bottom of Pulse chain that may never be available again. As the prices of these assets rise, they are contributing to the creation of massive liquidity webs. For example, their combined Pulse pool alone is worth $5 million today. If Pulse were to 100x, the value of that pool would soar to $5 billion. In such a scenario, arbitrage bots would need to move 100 times more value, bringing more value to holders. So, you've bought pTGC, you staked it, locked it, and you even hold some UFO and are LP'ing some of it. Congratulations. You are now earning several streams of income every single day. That's fantastic. But you might be wondering, what can I do with this passive revenue? I'm glad you asked. You have options. If you need instant liquidity, you can sell your yield anytime, and you're not going to significantly impact the chart. And besides, we're all here to make a profit. You could simply let your earnings accumulate and grow your holdings over time and then buy something nice for you and your wife. You can compound your rewards back into your principal, or to maximize earning potential, you can add to your stake and even create new locks. It's totally up to you and your individual investing priorities and desires. Guys, we are nearly done. Hold on a second. I think I flipped an extra page. Let me make sure here. Oh, hold on, guys. I totally lost my place. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Banana make joke and joke not funny. We're nearly done. Here is what the Gray's currencies are to me. Only 1,200 UFO wallets hold more than $1,000. Only 2,300 pTGC wallets hold more than $1,000. There are only 11,000 pTGC wallets and 5,000 UFO wallets. 50 to 80% of volume is bots. 11.7% of pTGC and 7.5% of UFO has already been bought and burned. They are like a claim check on RH tickers. We have a whale that holds 11.7% of the supply. It's called the dead address. Every pulse rotated into pTGC in August has since done a 16x. Every reward is backed by value in LP. They are hyper deflationary. They are the golden goose of crypto. The bigger our LP pools become, the harder the machine will work. The founder is a student of Richard Hart, and there are no founder allocations. The founder is engaged with the community, benevolent and semi-doxed. pTGC and UFO thrive in a volatile environment. The supply is continually reduced with every transaction, whether initiated by a bot, buyer, or seller. They are getting the attention of some of the largest players on Pulse Chain. They have a combined $25 million in LP. They're like a Lambo revving its engine, waiting to drop the clutch. They offer several streams of passive income. They thrive in a volatile environment. They're like cash flowing Miami beachfront property, but with zero overhead. They're paired with the most promising tokens on the Pulse network. They're so autonomous, we technically don't need users for the machine to still work. They're like the needle in the haystack. They are a referral token. We're averaging 35 new wallets per day. pTGC has over $17 million in mostly burned LP. When Pulse or any RH ticker runs, the Grays run harder. They're the easy button of the Pulse chain network, letting you effectively own even more RH tickers. Let me illustrate to you the power of these machines. Think of it. If no prices changed, and we had $10 million in volume every day for a year, and the Dow did nothing but buy and burn pTGC, we literally had the ability to create $128 million of buyer pressure and send those tokens to the dead address. That's a $128 million buyer that will never sell. And this is how it can happen. The Dow, every day, 2% going to the Dow. That'd be $200,000 out of that 10 million. $50,000 for the pTGC 0.5%, $100,000 for the UFO burning 1%. Yearly total, $128 million. Now here's a slide that shows you the difference between Shiba Inu and at the bottom and pTGC. Notice the ratios between liquidity and market cap. pTGC, 10-1 market cap to liquidity. Shiba Inu, 165-1. But when Pulse 10X's, we will have hundreds of millions in LP. Shiba has 75 million. I live in a small town near an interstate highway. Occasionally, a big rig ends up in the local wrecking yard. If the cargo on board is valuable, but nevertheless destined for the landfill, word spreads and people come to grab free goods. Over time, we've had frozen beef, cherries, and most recently, pistachios. Give me a second, guys. I'll lose my place here. I managed to snag 6 cases of pistachios. And this bag here represents my Gray's Currencies principle. While the townspeople eat their pistachios, reducing the overall supply, I've chosen to hold on to mine. As others consume theirs, my portion of the total supply of pistachios becomes larger, more rare, and more valuable, just like my Gray's Currencies. But here's where the Gray's Currencies are even better than this bag of pistachios. They pay me. The Gray's Currencies pay me every single day. As long as I hold them, my position grows relative to the total supply, paying me even more yield. So just like my untouched bag of pistachios, as long as I don't reduce my principal, I can keep eating off the daily yield they provide. Let me translate this sound for you guys. It's cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I know what you might be thinking. The Gray's Currencies I've already done a combined 1,000s of X's. Haven't I missed my chance? Oh, I got it. I should have just pulled it from the screen. Just a second, guys. Let me read a letter written by one of our community members, Shaka Vibes. If you feel like you've missed your chance, let me reassure you. The Gray's Currencies are a rare opportunity where being late to the party might actually work in your favor. These projects stand out not due to hype, but because of their unique mechanics. At their core is a growing liquidity web and innovative tokenomics. Every transaction, even on pairs that are one away from direct pairs, generates fees that are paid to holders and fees that are invested back into the project. As the LP web grows, these mechanisms become more efficient and the system becomes more optimized than when early adopters first joined. pTGC and UFO are already doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in volume every day, and we've seen already $1 million in pTGC and $2 million volume in UFO. Does anyone have a doubt they will at least do $10 million on at least one day in post-change bull run? One second. I'm going to show to you some moon mass slides. Now here we have a forecasted a 100x for Pulse and then an X factor of 5. What's the X factor? That is how much pTGC is going to move up against Pulse. It has a strong history of moving against Pulse. It's already moved 16x against Pulse since August. I set in a modest 5x factor, and if it did an X factor of 5, Pulse did a 100x, that would be a 500x price potential on pTGC, or a 28 28-cent pTGC. Here's the same scenario with UFO. X factor 500x on pulse. That would be a 500x potential on UFO, or a 3-cent UFO. Now this one simulates $10 million in average volume for 1 year. And this is a shark position worth $203,000. He would earn $40,000 in that year, reflections only, $66,000 for staking. And I really should have included locking in there. But the reflections APY would be 20%, and the staking APY would be 54%. One moment, guys. Here is UFO, $10 million in volume on average, $64,000 shark position. Reflections, $36,000 for that year. But if you LP'd it, $21,000 for the year. Reflections APY, 58%. LP, 33%. And just note, LP'd UFO does not earn reflections. None of that value is from, give me a second here. None of that value is from inflation. It all comes from transactional volume, which has to be bought from the chart. So it's not only paying you APY, it's buying those tokens out of the existing LP pool before it's being paid to you, making it so the tokens that you hold, that you're earning this APY on, are actually becoming worth more just by paying you APY. You could even sell this APY every day, and the percent of the APY that you're receiving will constantly increase due to the fact that the token supply is constantly decreasing. All right. Is this being recorded? Of course it is. All right. If you are perhaps sensitive to seeing sensitive information, close your eyes for the next slide. Wait a second. Oh, yeah. There we go. Notice how any slight upward pressure from HEX causes an exaggerated movement on pTGC and UFO. UFO in the blue, pTGC in the gold, HEX in the orange. Notice how a little upward movement on HEX and these other core tickers down here causes an exaggerated movement in the Grays currencies. Let me read to you a letter from the founder. The Grays currencies serve as performance amplifiers for the Pulse chain network. Imagine the entire liquidity web filled with Pulse, PulseX, HEX, Inc., UFO, and all the top blue chip assets, meme coins, and promising narratives on the blockchain. As new assets prove their worth, they can be added to the ever-growing web, creating a dynamic and expanding ecosystem. Now applying the Grays currencies mechanics, both projects generate revenue from transaction fees. These fees are funneled back into the ecosystem, benefiting holders. With pTGC's capped supply and UFO's innovative design, this revenue is forced to fit into fewer tokens over time, making them hyperdeflationary. This means the price floor of the Grays currencies is mathematically pushed higher, continually amplified by automatic buy and burn mechanisms, automatic liquidity pool additions, and yield payments to holders, constantly reducing supply on the market. This process is self-sustaining and mutually reinforcing. The Grays currencies are reflexive in nature with their LP pairs. When Pulse, PulseX, HEX, Inc., UFO, and other top assets perform, the Grays currencies benefit from those price movements, realizing the same gains because of their connection to the PulseX LP. This is known as the X multiplier, where the performance of Pulse Chain's core assets drives the value of the Grays currencies. Both projects are designed to deliver fair, stable, and non-inflationary yields to holders, fueled by network activity, not inflation. This makes the Grays currencies a true bet on Pulse Chain. For those who understand what Richard Hart has built, the Grays are an absolute game changer. It's where math, mechanics, and money converge into an unstoppable force. With the Grays currencies, you own some of the best assets on chain, all within these two tokens. These tokens generate sustainable liquid yield while constantly driving the price floor higher over time and creating millions of dollars in outside revenue, which is returned to holders. They are complete, transparent, and immutable. Fully audited, renounced, and protocol-owned liquidity ensures their flawless operation and security. These tokens are built for self-custody, giving you control of your assets. Richard Hart once said, there are two ways to pump a token to the moon: create deflation and create demand. pTGC and UFO are both deflationary, and the bots are driving the demand. We have 6 public meetings every week: Sunday AMA, Monday Spaces, Tuesday Voice Chat, Wednesday AMA, Thursday Voice Chat, Saturday Spaces. There is a video behind that QR code celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and I think you would enjoy it. If you want to watch that video, by all means, click on that QR code. And that's it. That is it at 50. Just a moment, guys. 50. 45 minutes. That took 45 minutes. Come over here. Get my cursor over here. All right. Thanks, guys, for letting me do that. Yeah, man. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, tell me what you think. Put your vote in. Dude, if you hurt my feelings, it'll last 10 minutes. Be honest. Tell me. Scale of 1 to 10, how was it? Like, if you were a new guy, or if maybe you held somebody but you hadn't really looked into it. Thank you, Zen. You hadn't really looked into it, like, I hold it, but I don't quite understand it. What did you get out of it? I mean, did it make you excited about what you hold, or was it kind of like, 9, thank you. Missed one great thing. 200. Thank you, John. Mr. 9, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, really. All right, let me get my chair. I'm going to be practicing on the way, so there was a couple hiccups, but a lot less hiccups than there have been in the past. So let me scroll up, and again, 9 with stars close to 10. You went above and beyond. Yeah, man, dude. It's these tokens, man. Everybody deserves to hear about these. Thank you. I really appreciate your kind words. Now I got to scroll back to way up here. You guys were talking a lot. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Not that much. All right. I'm going to scroll through the chat, guys. Let's get the chart pulled up so you have something to look at. And then I'll read through here and answer any questions. Once all of the tokens are bought out of the supply, we answered that. Once all the there is no way that all the tokens can be bought out of the supply. Present. Present, add to the stage. There we go. Something to look at besides me. Awesome video you put out a few days ago. Thank you. And Daddy Hexler. Let's see. I believe the lowest quantity we have seen in the liquid pool is 3.7 billion. It then did a 10x. I think there's 3.7 billion in there right now. Let's have a look at that. I just looked at it yesterday. It's under stats. It takes a second to pop up. But long story short, you said we've seen 3.7 in the liquid pool. Well, yesterday, basically, guys, we have not burned. There are 27% less tokens available to buy today versus the 21st of December. In a month, the supply reduced by 27%. We discovered that on the spaces yesterday. pTGC and UFO are the best assets on Pulse Chain and possibly all of crypto. Agreed, AS. It's actually, that is such a powerful statement. It's at the beginning of my presentation. I've gone to the Moon Math Calc, and even if I divide the results by 8, I still retire my mother. Thank God I found this project. Good job, dude. Yeah. And I like the benevolence. benevolency. Yeah, I've got a relative. I'd like to retire too. Create index tokens for Pulse ecosystem. Man, the best. I mean, can you imagine anything better? I mean, it's not just these aren't just fee-based tokens. And they're not just reflection tokens. There's a DAO that can literally drive us through changing market conditions. We're not a train on a track. We can go anywhere we want. Well, you know what I mean. Does pTGC and UFO also buys or bonded with PRC tokens as well, or new PRC pairs added? Yes. Look at I think if you're talking about PRC tokens like EHEX, all of these are on the Pulse chain. Are you talking about the tokens that were forked? Yes, I think we can. Yeah, we bonded with Hex at PHEX. You know, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm answering your question correctly. Volatility, yes, you got it. You get the button, Psycho Crypto. Neon gonna flip pTGC. Take a look. I'm too busy, dude. Daniel is a different token. Hey, aliens. pTGC is my comfiest hold. Yeah. New pTGC and UFO holder here. I get the staking and locking, but if you hold liquid, what are the rewards and how are they received? I will show you. So you come to pulsetgc.com, connect your wallet, select staking. Let me get your question out of the way. And come to you'll either see your reflections in your wallet stacking up. You know, if you use Rabby Wallet or you go to DBank, put in your address, and then 20 minutes later, whatever, come back and you'll see you will be holding more. But like I just described, stakers are earning 165% more than just holders, and lockers are earning 230% more than holders. Yeah, man. So, but if you want to see it on the DApp, you come here and you click on stake, and that is those are your reflections. There, those are your reflections. We come from France. Enjoy entertainment. Good to have you here. John Wallace, 1% of the 5% tax on pTGC fee goes to pTGC holders as reflections dripped in your wallet. Oh, yeah, you answered that question. Yeah, good deal. Welcome. Yes, welcome, John Wallace. Never sell your golden goose, dude. Yeah, you never slaughter your golden goose. Why? Yeah, why? Because it produces golden eggs. I mean, it's not that we call it a golden goose, but it's actually a golden egg producing goose. I would never slaughter a golden goose. I mean, I would maybe take a few feathers to stick them in my hat, but that's it. I would never kill that goose. That'd be awful. Sent a screenshot to a relative that I onboarded into the Grays because his wallet has fattened up. And I had to make a little caveat statement. These are not tokens that you want to sell. You want to live off the yield. And here's how much yield you're making now. And the Lambo hasn't even engaged the transmission yet. Loving pTGC, hold and earn. Yeah, and learn. Hold, earn, and learn. Thanks for the welcome and the answers. Does the web front end show the drip? It does. It just doesn't like show it. It'd be cool if it had a little clock. Oh, that would be cool. If it showed the value. Is there anything like that? That'd be cool. Like how much value is being dripped. Oh, somebody's going to build that, guys. Who in here can build such a thing? And just we'll put it on to look into ptgc.com or put it on the DApp or something. Who can build that? Like an actual off the block related to the blockchain simulation, not simulation, but a visualization of reflection tokens coming in and stakes and locking rewards too. If you could build that in, that would be sweet. And do the same thing for UFO too, right? Yes. Okay, guys, you're doing a great job of moderating the chat. I appreciate you. I'm going to give, how come you guys don't have wrenches. I thought I gave a bunch of you guys wrenches. Just wait until pTGC and UFO go viral in the crypto space and the volume that is going to rush in. We are going so much higher and going to get fat rewards. I agree, Psycho. I was saying in Spaces yesterday, pTGC and UFO are becoming the elephant in the room. I think people are starting to recognize. They just haven't started talking to each other about what they are recognizing. You know? But they can only, how long is that going to last? You know, all it takes is, like a K4K or somebody. Here's the thing. I'm trying to recall something. There is a social psychological thing that happens that when something like, I want to say it's like 10% of an organization or a body of people, when like, I think it's 10%, like a few people believe a thing and they're kind of the weirdos, but when it gets up to 10%, suddenly it sweeps across the rest and 100% believe it. So, we need whatever that is, that 10, 15% of Pulsicans to become raving fans, and it'll pow, across the whole community. Where can you use these tools? What tools? I don't know what you're talking about. Banana. Is the unstake fee 1%? And what is the unlock fee once you have served the committed term? Thanks. Jim Horton. The unstake fee is 1%. It's my estimation that if you stake and you're earning those tokens, you're going to get your 1% fee back rather quickly, I believe, because of it all depends on volume and token appreciation. There is no unlock fee, and you can keep your tokens locked and they continue to earn locking rewards. I'm going to have to show you guys my tweet here in just a little bit. Thank you, John May. Appreciate you. Let's go. Passive income, golden goose. Penny pTGC in March to a penny. I do hope so. However, March is really close. On Spaces yesterday, I did a little backtracking and estimating. I went back to, I think, September. And what I have determined is that I think if we continued the trend, it'd be a penny by June. Who would be disappointed? But it could be a penny by sometime between now and then. Sure. I'm tickled pink where it hits a penny. There are going to be many that are here going to be tickled pink. Been holding a lock since May 2024. Super bullish. Good job, Rough Patch. Yeah, I've been locked since probably February last year. 9 stars with close to 10. I love it. I am new. I hold pTGC and UFO. Am I literally receiving reflections? You are literally receiving reflections on both of those tokens. And like I just showed in my slides, your UFO reflections are 93%. And pTGC reflections, I think, are 53%. I got so much data going on in my head. I'm not going to go look up in the slides. Appreciate that. My friend. I only caught the last 2 minutes, but I'm sure it wasn't 11. Thank you, Kay Hudson. Thank you, Grandpa Poles. Excellent, my friend. Well done, and keep practicing. Your passion will shine through. Thank you. Appreciate that. 9, because there's always room for improvement. Yes, true. We all strive for perfection, right? What do you have to say? I came in late, so can't give an honest say, but you always 100 banana. You guys are fun. Excited to see us get closer to 0.01 penny each day. We're moving towards there in pTGC. Absolutely. Not Goo God, Alien X, Enki UFO. Did you change your name? Not Goo God? That is your profile, dude. You changed your name. He's talking about PRC20s like PAV and PCRV. Yeah, okay. I thought there might be something there, Goo. I wasn't sure. I'm more confident in my pTGC bags than any other crypto, even my Hex. Well, Dan, let's talk. You brought it up. Let's do it. Let's look at, we love hex. Okay. I hold it. You guys hold it. We're bonded with it. But let's have a look at, not UFO with hex, but let's just look at pTGC. We're not being unkind. Okay. We are not being unkind. That is not the purpose here. We love hex. But facts are facts. If we're moving up against hex, that's wonderful. pTGC and hex. And you guys can do this on your own. Go to Deck Screener, and like the one you can, that's an easy humdinger, is go to WPLS. So what you do is here's pTGC and hex, and I want to look at it in terms of hex. So in ratio, like how much is pTGC moving up against hex? Well, massively. Massively. Okay. If you had rotated all of your hex in November 2023 into pTGC, and don't blast this around on socials, guys. Do not do that. We want to win honorably. You would be up. Come on, bro. Is that, well, 57,000%, whatever that is in excess. Is that 577x? I think that's 577x. So you could then go back and buy a 577x hex. It blows your mind, man. Blows my mind. If my pTGC is staked and holding in my Rabby wallet, can I move it to my Trezor? Rough patch. You need to unstake it. Okay, question for you, Rough patch. Have your Rabby wallet keys been digitized, or have you keyed them into a keyboard? Have you screenshot them or anything? Because if you have, what I would do is I would end that stake and I would move those tokens and pay the 6%. Why? Because we've heard too many stories recently and time past of people that are using a hot wallet to hold their aceton, and they go to their wallet one day and it's been drained. That's very sad. Very sad. And bro, we're talking about the Grace currencies doing amazing numbers. So protect your assets. You get them onto a hardware wallet that the keys have never been screenshot, digitized, even whispered out loud near a speaker, near a mic. Okay, take crypto very serious. And let's say you put $1,000 into this system today. We don't know where that's going. Let's just guess that it goes really, really high, okay? And that you're there at that moment and you're like, okay, now I want to protect my assets. Well, let me go over to my computer and get that started. Oh no, it's Gone, gone. Let's not do that, okay? We want these tokens in your hands, not in the hands of bad actors. So please protect your assets. Action trumps everything. There's actually a link to a Trezor. What do you call it? There's a link to Trezor in the description of this video. It's a referral link. Click on it. Go to Trezor. Buy it all the way from Europe. Don't get it on Amazon. Don't get it used on eBay. Am I making sense? Get yourself a hardware wallet and store your crypto on there and get it off of these hot wallets and do it ASAP. Put a date on your calendar. I will have this done by, and make it happen. Aliens are the biggest meme ever. Sure. Why not? We are getting shadow banned and ignored by the crypto mainstream. Are we really? Well, let's not lean into that. Let's not post that around. Let's just proceed like we're not being shadow banned. Let's keep that off of socials and just take over. There you go. It's 3% of a population needed to shift the Overton window. There you go, Gabriel Torres. The Overton window. That's cool. 3%. Man, you guys are chatty. You're gonna be cute. We're here an hour and 10 minutes. PB on the banana list, it's said every pulse rotated into pTGC in August has since done 13x, and you said 16x. This is the only mistake I found in your presentation. I'm going to show you why, bro. Yes, you are right. You are absolutely right. And you should call people out, and you called me out as you should have. But let's look at pTGC in terms of pulse. Where are we at right now? 15.97. That's what I was referring to. So yeah, when I finished this presentation on Friday, the day before yesterday, it was 13x. Now it's 16. Yeah. Okay. Calm down, banana. But thank you for bringing that to my attention, Romeo. Yeah, man. Guys, in the order of team effort, bring stuff to my attention. The top 5% and bottom 5% of an ideological spectrum fight to convince the other 90%. You guys are smart. Tot Annan. I like that. Top 5% and bottom 5% of an ideological spectrum fight to convince the other 90%. I had never heard that before. That is very interesting. Thank you, Romeo. Can less than $10,000 in UFO liquidity pools turn into live off interest money? Well, let's look at it, dude. 10,000 in UFO liquidity pools. Okay, we're going to do a we're going to do an experiment for TOT. UFO. $10,000 today would buy, let's make it a real $10,000, would buy 100,654,000 UFO. Okay, let's see if we can do this, man. Okay, we are going to look into ptgc.com, and you want live off interest money, reflections. I got to log in. We're going to see if we can get Tot Annan to see if we can allow him to quit his job. Let's see if he can call in rich one day. I think so, but I want to show you. There's nothing like showing you. And you got real specific. I like that. Okay, we're going to do a demo. Let me see. That's 9. What was that? How many tokens was that? Because I might have a wallet. Yeah, I got a wallet. It's not mine, but it has about that in it. Give me a second, guys. Let me get this wallet pulled up because this would be a really cool experiment. 1 second. All right. Let me see how much he has in there. All right. We're going to have to, well, this will be double. This wallet has double. So you're going to have to do everything by halves. All right. So let's go to the analytics, connect. Give me a second. I actually have to copy that wallet and then paste it. Boom. Paste. Calculate yields. We do need to go in experimental mode. Calculate yields. UFO. Now, this wallet has twice the amount that. So this wallet has 20. Yeah, right there. $20,000 of UFO, and you wanted to know, is $10,000 enough for quit your job money? Well, let's kick this up. I'm going to make the math really easy for you, okay? So that you can do it on your own. You might want to screenshot this. Are you ready? You ready to screenshot this? That's $10 million in volume. Let me get your comment out of the way so you can see all of it in better. UFO, $10 million in volume, $20,000 bag. Okay. Are you screenshotting on your phone, whatever? Let's see. That would be an annual yield of $12,000. $12,000. That's the dolphin position. Okay. I mean, that's actually, usually we scroll down to show the other positions. Like a shark position would be a $95,000 bag, and it would garner 57,000. Yeah, wait a second. You said in LP positions. I am totally off track. This is reflections. I am so sorry. This is reflections. We don't have that. What was I thinking? Yeah, but here's another thing. This is the way you can backward math it. We know that the reflections are 93% APY, and the LP is, I want to say, 50% APY, if I remember from my slides. So you can backwards math it. So the annual yield on that bag in reflections was $12,000. Okay. So about about $3,000. And that's at $10 million in volume. Okay. Sorry, I got a little off track right there. Thank you, Romeo. Piave started ripping. I heard something about that. We're like a 5X away from being in the top 100. But of course, we're not getting the light on us. It's BS how they can still shadow ban cryptos that they want. I don't know who they is. And 311 people in here. Thank you, guys. Subscribe to my channel because I'm doing stuff. If you love pTGC and UFO, subscribe to my channel. Like the video. I appreciate you guys being in here. We're gonna cut off here in a few minutes. I got some liquid hex drained once a couple years ago. Found out I approved a drain contract trying to claim a scam airdrop. Had to revoke the permission. Yeah, that's nuts. That is so sad. I don't ever want to lose crypto. Thank you for running through it. You're welcome. Great job. Do you think you might add a UFO LP pair with Coach's ticker X at some point? There already is. Oh, wait a second. There is with pTGC. And with UFO, there is. I will show it to you. And I didn't add it. I bet Coach did right here. It's a $2,000. No, it's a $201,000 LP right there. Just wondered because it's had a pretty good liquidity at pTGC and is a respected community member. Lots of heart in here. Funny. Yes. What tool are you using to see returns for UFO reflections? UFO reflections. Well, I do have I have looked into pTGC, and I also have this rewards estimator that is up on look into pTGC. It's just not fully functional for you guys to use yet, totally yet, but I hope to get it there. I really do. But we can go over some of this. So I got this today. Now I'm going to make this real simple. This is your liquid UFO, 10 million UFO. Let's make it 100 because I think that gentleman, was it 10 million or 100? I think it was 100 million. And if it was LP'd, I think we might be able to answer your question, dude. Actually. So if you scroll, so this is yesterday's data, the day before. Okay, so we'll go to yesterday. And Todd, if you're still paying attention, we go over here and looking for the purple. I'm gonna stop on the purple before you guys get dizzy. Okay, the UFO LP APY. Todd, was it? I'm gonna go to my desk screener. Give me a second because I can change that. Yeah, 100 million. 1 second. 100. We have 100 million in here. So here you go. Here's your answer. Well, at least it can help you. Screenshot. Get ready to screenshot. So yesterday, your yield would have been 152,000 PLS or $8 for 100 million UFO held in an LP right here. LP position, LP add value, 55.55% APY. And that's just on yesterday's yield. There's no other factors in that. So it's $8. $8 on, and the volume was 600,000. Okay, here you go, man. Here's your thing. The volume was, oh no, that's on the pair. Give me a second, guys. UFO volume was $608,000. So now you need to be like, well, how much do I need per month? Do the math. Now, how much volume do we need? All right, and here's a little secret sauce. I'm not even sharing my screen. I'm so sorry, guys. $609,000 in volume, $8 in APY. I mean, in yield, and that's in pulse. 55% APY. Todd, that's for you, man. Okay, the secret sauce is that the yield that you've earned in the past, like all of this back here, is increasing in value. Like I think if this is working correctly, watch this. I think this should. Let's see. Okay, this is prices on each day. Look at this one, 57 cents. And then you can change it to what's it worth now? 66 cents. You see that? So the rewards that you've earned for LPing, for holding, for staking, for locking, all those rewards are still increasing in value. Make sense? All right, guys. I think we're all getting tired. Guys, really appreciate you being here. Letting me do my presentation in front of you. I have a ton of notes. I want to get back to the old style of AMA. Thank you so much, Todd. You're welcome. And I have a ton of notes that I really want to give you guys and the people that are coming after you, everything that you could possibly need within a reasonable space of time to get acclimated in this ecosystem and hit the ground running. You know what I mean? So I've got a lot of notes. I just got to organize them. And then, but I have been consumed with getting this presentation ready. So, all right. Any last questions? Going once, going twice, hour and 21 minutes. That ain't bad. That is not bad. Gone. You guys have a great week. I will see you next Sunday after Panama. And I'll probably give you guys an update on what's been happening. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great week.